Students, learn business. Okay, so I came from the future, so I'm gonna DJ in my old self. So that was like 2017 when I make that like video about quote Bruce Lee: discard what is use, absorb what is useful, discard what is useless. A long time ago, I had like a paper of Bruce Lee, like print it out or make it out with the yin yang with the red thing, and he always talked about learn what is whatever, and when you practice martial arts and when you practice life, people talk about martial art as a way of life. I used to say that on maybe back in the day. When you practice business or entrepreneurship, so this is talking about business and entrepreneurship. So I'm going to be talking about online business and offline. Anyway, when it comes to learning business, most entrepreneurs suck. I suck, so I have to be better at that. So when it comes to people talk about building on strength, I talk about building on weaknesses. Most people work on strength, they forget the weakness. My weakness is now getting money. It used to be really sales and closing and every other. Sales and closing is a different tactic and everything. And my older self, that video that I make, I didn't know that I would be interviewing many people, or people like Ron Balicki, that type of caliber, or Dana Lee and Santo, who knew Bruce Lee or Brandon Lee. Yo, that's cool. And then also Shannon Lee watched my video and influenced her to do speaking stuff. So that's cool shit. So I have a fun time doing this, but now I need to switch gear. So why is it that what's the dichotomy between a great entrepreneur or a shitty entrepreneur? No matter how many fancy clothes you have, no matter how many fancy cars, no matter how many fancy stuff that you have, take that away, you are left with yourself. If you are a shitty person, you will attract shitty people into your life. If you're an asshole, you're going to be an asshole. Everybody is an asshole at some point in their lifetime. Nobody is a goody two-shoe. I'm an asshole. Most people are an asshole. Who knows? Most people put in a front, just like say what I meant. When it comes to these type of things, you have to pick and choose your poison. Most people like challenge, but they can't handle the challenge. So most people like entrepreneurship for building business like money, or most people like Gary Vee and Evan Carmichael business for legacy. You have to choose, because these things is like roller coaster. Things you're gonna run dry. Things happen that you can't anticipate. People will attack you. People won't send you money, like I have. People will attack you on like stupid bullshit, like spiritual people. On like, oh, you don't need to learn you don't need to learn all the laws of the universe. But most people don't understand. Like, life is tough. Life, you have to make what it is. And as a martial artist, as I am, I'm not good, is that you have to prepare for what future that you never know what will happen. And then you have to allow the flow of things, and you have to control situations. And now I need to fart or take a shit. So I want to put myself older stuff in, pay me like $500. I said pay me like $50 in the PayPal. If you're working class, pay me like $5. And I'll see you in the PayPal. Okay, today, well, it's already too much today. Alright, so today, quote of the day. It's not good. Press the button. Well, actually, you're right. There's no button. Well, I mean, there is a button, but there's not a button. Alright, so let's do this. So this quote is absorb what is useful, discard what is not, and add what is uniquely your own. Bruce Lee. So when it comes to he was a legend, man. He was a legend when it comes to martial arts and stuff like that. Most people are inspired by Bruce Lee, you know, especially you know all the martial artist actors like Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. Now, when it comes to books and stuff like that, you know, or any knowledge type base, right? There are so many varieties of knowledge out there, right? And that, let's take this for instance, a book, right? This book or any opinion of any successful people, and there's so many, and most people are uniquely different, right? So you have to take what is useful in here and make it your own, you know. We don't have to do everything inside the book, but make it uniquely our own, and it become part of who you are, right? And when it become that, let's say if I learn a piece of knowledge, if it didn't work for me, I can discard it. But if it did, I can use it, so I can apply it in my own life, and I keep applying it. So if it didn't work, the knowledge that it didn't work, so just discard it. So all these books or knowledge or any type of personal development knowledge, that any type of thing, you would be able to distill in your own, make it your own. Same thing as martial arts. If you are learning forms or anything, you make it uniquely yours, right? Same thing. Same thing as in life. But anyway, so when it comes to learning from successful people or learning from things that you want to learn, so if there are a lot of varieties of things that you want to learn and that you want it to make your own, right? But there are some stuff that don't work. So what you want to do is try a bunch of things and experiment and see which one works, and you make it your own. You take that what's working and you discard what's not working, right? So that's why I read books, because I want to figure out how can I apply that into my life, you know. Not the reason why I don't read books in my life, but you know, this is the quote of the day. So absorb what is useful, discard what is not, and add what is uniquely yours, your own. You know, Bruce Lee. You know, if you didn't know about Bruce Lee, you know, he had a book about the Jeet Kune Do book. I wanted to get the new one, or I think update one, but the third seller, you know, something happened. You know what I found out? I found out that Bruce Lee read about 2,000 books. That's right, Bruce Lee read about 2,000 books on martial arts. He probably read books. He probably, you know, he read Think and Grow Rich, probably by Napoleon Hill, you know. But he read 2,000 books. Like, you know, sometimes I'm amazed. Like, sometimes they have a picture of him, of a background of Bruce Lee, and he have bookcase of books. You know, he reads, man, and we forget that he didn't because he read on other type of martial arts too, not just, you know, the Chinese classical kung fu or Chinese kung fu, right? But he read everything, man. So what I'm saying is, be flexible, be adaptable to your situation, whatever it is in life. You know, you gotta adapt with the mindset that, you know, that doesn't work. So, I mean, you gotta try it a couple of times and see if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you a couple of times, then you can discard it and then add something that is uniquely yours, right? So add your flair. You gotta make it your own, you know. So basically, try to be eclectic, meaning you draw large source of information, but not only large source. You become aware of these information, and inside your head that there are things that can make you more successful in life. Trust me, there are many things that we do not know as human beings. That's why they said the day you think you know everything is the day you will learn something. Mostly people who know a lot, they usually say they don't know anything because they don't. Because they know that there are much more that they can learn in life. You know. Anyway, that's just I get for Bruce Lee. And subscribe to my channel and like my video because I'll be doing quotes and personal development and book reviews. And I'll see you in the next one.